races.
And of course, KP. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got the invite.
As we have 5 red lights to the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Who's going to be the championship winner? And we are racing in Interlagos. No one's moved from ice. Red flag.
Nice,
Okay,
yeah,
right.
that's really
glitch.
good, guys. Yeah, at least F1 works though.
Yeah, what's happened?
Red
That's alright, it'll
flag.
be the exact same thing. Caxel, bro, the one time you did lights out, what happened?
It broke.
I think my lights out were too good that it caused a red flag.
I've seen safety cars off the start, I've never seen a red flag off the start.
I mean, we had it in Qatar, didn't we, Saeed?
Yeah,
We had just red flag after red flag, and then we both were like under fueling as well, so we had to like proper lift and coast.
yeah. No one's going. Add my. What's happening?
Which means they could go straight to the heart and not box for the rest of the race. But I doubt no one's going to do
Yeah,
that.
what's
Right,
happening?
5 red lights across for the Interlagos. Who's going to be championship winner? Take 2. And we are racing in Interlagos. Chris gets a better start. Will's going to try and get through. Mike is ahead into turn 1. They're going wheel to wheel. We're through the ZRSs. Are they going to touch as we head through the Curve de Sol now? I think Mike's just going to stay ahead.
And Corin.
Corel gets a 5-second time penalty.
What?
As now we head through the Curve de Sol into Selena Delago. We go now. Will leads by Logic, leads by Chris, and then Mike, and then Logic. As now we head up into Ferradura now. Mike manages to get the move through P3, and now he's right chasing up to Chris at the moment. As now we head into the next couple corners now, and Will has managed to get the start, hold the lead, and now he's in the lead.
And it's 3 abreast to the.
Oh, it's 3 abreast behind through the bottom 3 here. Who's going to
Yeah.
get out ahead? The
Oh,
Alpha Tower is going
there's
for a
some
dive bomb.
contact.
That's going to touch, and that wasn't a good idea.
The Hasselhoff takes a spin.
Michelle. As we finish lap 3 into lap 4 of this race. So far, at the moment, I think Mike is winning. No, it's Chris who's winning the championship at the moment by 1 point as we head through the first.
No, they're equal on points right now.
Racing lap. Yeah,
they're
they're equal on points at the moment.
But Chris will get it from wins.
But Chris will win because of the wins. As now we head through the Curve de Sol now into the Retro Imposter. I think Will needs to start weaving it because Chris is going to come after him. Mike is also there, same as Logic, but he's a bit back on him. I think he's about 7/10 back through Will, as now we head through turn 5 up to the horseshoe of Ferradura, where we go now. And Will has managed to survive the first attack throughout the second and third place
got a
of Chris
request.
and Mike.
You know when they cross the line for the championship, can I do the little speech?
Yeah. Of course.
What do you mean their speech?
You know, like how the whoever comes out in the championship, you know, like how Crofty does them ones, like when they come out the final corner.
Oh yeah.
Will
Oh,
just
Chris has taken the lead.
disappeared.
What's
And
happened
Mike's
to Will?
gotten through. And Logic's gone through. So the 3 championship rivals are first, second and third. But Mike is all over the back of Chris as we head through
Will's
the 4th lap.
very
Will
aggro
Mike
on
try and
Logic.
make the move? I think he's
Yeah,
going to go
I'm
down
not
the inside. Oh, he's not. He's just going to keep it alive for a second. He will get the DRS
Will
round.
Whittle keeps
The Retro
lagging
Apostle
back
now
and
as
back
the
and
Alfa
back.
Romeo now boxes. As now we head through the the Curve de Sol now into the Retro Apostle. Mike's chasing.
Apostle.
He's chasing. He's
Mike,
chasing. Is he going for the
no.
move? Not on this occasion. As Chris has gone wide through Selena Delago. Mike is going for the inside
gonna
move.
say,
He won't be
that's
able
not
to
like
do it,
Mike
but
to
he
go
can
for
go
there.
for another dive bomb down into the next corner. I don't think he will be able to do that. But now it's a little bit of a Red Bull sandwich through Mike. So it's Chris, Mike, and Logic. But I don't know what's happened with Will. He just glitched down and was all the way down into 4th.
Yeah, he's not going to be happy, man.
Logic
after
has
that.
left the session.
Oh,
Shoot, let me invite him back.
Oh, Logic has left the session, so that's not going to go well for him for his championship fight. As Everyone's done a one stop at the moment. I don't need
He
that.
holds on to that third place though. I think by the time he joins back, he will be in 5th.
As now Mike is all over the back of Chris. He's going for the move into turn 1, and he's made the move to the lead. Mike has gained 2 places so far. Chris has gained none, but Chris is actually going to come back on Mike through the retro poster now. Will he be able to make the move? He's going to go for the inside move into the curve through the Selena DeLargo, and he's managed to get the move back, but Mike is all over him, and he's going for the inside move through Furadura now. Will he be able to make the move? I don't think he will be at this occasion. He's backed out.
It's heartbreak for Logic as he drops back and back.
Yeah, we have to feel for him.
To be in 7th.
So obviously EA servers not doing him well, as they head.
Logic is back and he joins back in P8.
Oh, Logic spun.
Oh, what's happened with Logic? Logic has spun, and
Logic. No.
Championship posts just keep getting worse and worse and worse. I don't think he will be getting the championship, so it's all down to Chris and Mike is all over the pack of Chris once again into turn 1. He won't be able to make the move into the Cenarestes, as now we head through to the Curva de Sol into the Retro Poster now. This is Mike's second turn. This is his second dose of DRS. Will he be able to make the move on Chris? I think he's going to try it, but no, he isn't. He's just going to back out there, and Chris is going to.
Yeah, guys. What basically happened with Logic was when he joined back, he was still a ghost. So Tim went through, then he respawned to his car, and unfortunately they came together.
Yeah.
Absolute heartbreak for him.
That's so unlucky.
So
Still
this is between. I don't think he's going to capitalise on this, so I think it's between Chris and Mike now
Never know
for
if
the
there's a safety
championship.
car and those two collide. He can still get it, but it's looking
Yeah.
unlikely.
So we head through the straight again. Mike is going to have the DRS again. He's 5/10 behind Chris. I think it's best for Mike to just hold on through the retro. Oh no, he's looking for it.
He's backed out.
I think it's best, yeah, to go for the second dose of DRS. So that's exactly what he's doing, and he's 4/10 behind. So use your DRS now, Mike, and you can get past him as quickly as possible. DRS wide open for Mike. I think he's going to go for the move. No, he's going to hold back. So Mike, I think it's best if Mike just goes for the move now and just pushes tyres down to his pit window.
I mean, Mike's pitted under the red flag.
Yeah, but obviously he'll have to do another stop because of his tyres won't last till the end. Logic is wheel to wheel with someone, and I think he's going to make 2 places in one corner. He's trying to fight Tokai. This is going to be hard, but he's going back down the inside here. Will Logic be able to make the move? Oh yes, he does.
It's great stuff.
So another fight is also Tim on Cyan on Chronic.
Tim and Mini.
As now we go back to Mike and Chris, and it's 4/10 between them. Will Mike be able to make the move into turn 1? I think he's going for it. He is going for it. He is going for it. He's going for the inside move, and they're going wheel to wheel through the Cenarestes now. And Chris has to just back out there, but Chris is right behind him, and I think with his DRS now, he'll able to get ahead as Mike is going to the left-hand side. He's weaving a bit through the straight, and Mike has finally salvaged the lead of the race now. He just needs to push those tyres and try and get a good gap. Huh?
Something's happened to Will again.
I think he might just be a bit off the pace.
He's suddenly 2 seconds behind Zoro.
I think his tyres are done, or because of the red flag, some cars do under fuel. I'm just trying to check now his fuel. He's got 1.3 laps, so
yeah, he might just be struggling with pace because you can see Gagley coming behind him on the hards as well.
Mike now is going to lose the lead because of Chris's DRS. He's currently 4/10 behind.
I think Chris should just sit behind and save.
Yeah,
that's what I'll be doing right now. Long race ahead, no need to waste all your ERS tank in one lap just to get taken.
And he is. He's staying behind, I think,
Yeah,
or
smart
he's
from
staying
him.
behind for the second DRS zone to push ahead
Logic's
of
back
Mike.
up to the points.
I do hope he's just staying behind because Mike's got a lot of ERS, so I can imagine if Chris takes him here, which he doesn't, but if he did, then Mike would just take in the next straight. As
Gagli's
takes
going ahead of Will. So Will is actually losing so much pace. He's moved down to P5, and Koenig is coming after him. Cayenne is also looking for a move on the Aston Martin of Tim, who's already used all his ERS, as we head up through Ferradura now. As they head into the right-hander. So, let's see what happens. Are you going to race today? I might do some 5 laps later, Mark. As now, I think Chris is on the back of Mike here. He is, and I think he's going to be taking the lead all over again.
I think he is going for it now.
Yeah,
Mike
they're going to go wheel to wheel here. And
Chris
I think
does
Mike
take it
is
and
going
Mike
to try and
lets
defend it his own. I want some fighting, come on guys, not just DRS battles. Zero a second behind of Mike. Wilf is going ahead of Koenig again. The two McLarens also doing pretty well. Logic is 3 seconds behind Cayenne, so I think Cayenne's going to try and play the team game here and try and defend off Logic.
Yeah, I think there's a good relationship in that Mercedes garage, so I can imagine he will.
Yeah,
You're welcome.
obviously Mercedes D1 is pretty good at the moment. D2 though on the other side isn't as great, with Lewis trying to salvage some points for tomorrow's race.
That's interesting. Mike lifted on the straight and still ended up getting Chris
Oh.
into turn 1.
Oh, Chris!
Oh, Chris is spun! Chris is spun! So, I don't know if they've made contact, but Chris is spun, and Chris is all the way down into P6 to go towards Will with Cyan, as now they head through the curve to Seoul. He might lose another position to Tim. So I don't know if Mike's touched him or not.
And he gets tossed again.
Oh no.
Keanu
Gagli's got a 5-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Mike now leads the race as Zoro actually in P2. Not that bad on the pace. He's managing to keep on track with Mike, so Zoro could be winning a race in that Aston Martin. Chris is going ahead of Cayenne, but Cayenne's also fighting back on Chris, and Cayenne is going to stay ahead of Chris, so he's playing the team game. They're going to go down the inside. Chris is trying to do. They touch front wing and rear right tyres, and now they head through.
We've had contact this lap.
Magello, he's had a little bit of oversteer here, and they're going wheel to wheel, and Chris is just nudging out of the way, turning to the back of the corner as Koenig gets ahead of Gagli. So everything firing up at this race at the moment as by him again. As Koenig is now looking for the move on wheels. He has to go around the outside if he wants to do that, and I don't think he's able to do it. But Chris is going ahead of his other championship rival of Logic, and Cayenne is still ahead of him as he tries to going through the curve of Soul into the retro poster now. They're going to go wheel left hand side. Will Cayenne be able to keep the position? He has to go around the outside if he has to, and now he's going to go for the switch back. And Cayenne, his teammate, will he be able to make a move down into Ferradura? He won't be able to, but now he has that right hander next to manage to get back ahead of Chris, and I think he could be, but he didn't because of the oversteer he had out of the exit of Ferradura. So, Logic is actually trying to make a move on Cayenne as well. So Cayenne absolutely playing that team game at the moment, as Zoro is 3 tenths behind.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there between.
As Zero is just staying behind him, I think. Will is ahead of Gagli. I think Cayenne is in trouble of Logic. He's trying to make the move, but he's weaving all over the place to make sure Logic doesn't get past him. So even more heartbreak for Logic, trying to get past here. As now Cayenne is still ahead of Logic as they head into Pico de Pato. Mike still on top of the race here. He's looking for the championship at the moment. I think that would be good for Saeed and his team. As Cayenne has a little bit of oversteer, and they're going wheel to wheel at the moment. They don't have, Cayenne doesn't have DRS, so Cayenne will have to stay behind, but now he has to go for the DRS through the Retro Poster now. As now they head through Furadura now, and Logic has now gotten ahead of Cayenne as the lead in the front is only 4 attempts between Mike and Zorro. So I don't think Zorro is actually looking to get past Mike. I think he's going to try and defend it off Real and Cagney. As we go to lap 16 now, is anyone going to pit yet? As someone has spun?
Miguel. Again.
Yeah. So he's not having a good race at the moment. I think I'm faster than most of these guys here. I think I'm faster up to Jerky's been D2. I think I'm fast up to P11. I'd say. I think I'd fight for the championship in D1. I think I'll win the championship. As we head through the next couple corners now, Tokai just rejoined the session. Chris and Logic, Chris is not coming to a corner here as them two are going to fight. Cayenne is behind them, 7 tenths behind.
Zoro might be putting some pressure onto Mike, but I'm not sure.
I don't think he's been fighting him. I want to go on board with him, see if he lifts this off. He is using overtake, and I think he is looking for the lead of the race. He is looking for the lead of the race, and Zoro is going for the lead of the race. So he's managed to get into P1. Mike is right behind him though, and let's see what Mike can do.
Yeah, Zoro overtakes Mike for the lead. And Keanu overtakes Logic, who's into
so
the
we've
pits.
got Zoro, Mike, Will, Gagli, Fred, Tim, Minnie, Chris, Keanu, and Logic pits, which we missed. I'm not sure if someone said that, but he pits onto another set of mediums. I'm not sure what's happening here with Logic. Is he gone for double mediums, maybe?
I think it would be best to go on mediums, in my opinion.
So Logic has gone from mediums to mediums, so I'm not sure if he's investing in a late safety car because...
I mean, I think he's already made the
race
pit
like
stop.
this.
I think he's already made a pit stop through the red flag, I think. Mike is actually losing pace on Zero.
And Miguel
Yellow's in sector 2 and is a virtual safety
Virtual
car.
safety car. So obviously
And the
they
leaders
missed the
have
pit.
just passed the pit entry. The next to pass will be
Keanu
Keanu, and he'll take the opportunity.
Michelle crashed out in the pit lane.
And this is good news for Mike, because it means
Cayenne
Keanu
in
will
the
do more
pits.
teamwork.
He's trying to do the overcut and the undercut at the same time.
I mean, it's not good for logic since he pitted a lap earlier then.
Yeah, he's done the overcut. Cannon's done the overcut and now he's going to try and do the undercut on Chris.
More unluckiness for Logic, but on the bright side for Logic, he hasn't lost out to the leaders, he's only lost out to Keanu.
Yeah.
I think we're going back to green, I'm not sure. It's annoying how you can't tell.
Yeah, no, we're back to greens. Stocker's out. What's happened? He's just retired. Yeah, Mike's in the pits. He's gonna try and attempt an undercut on Zorro. And let's see if he could... Let's see if he comes out ahead or behind his teammate. Looks like he's going to be ahead of his teammate.
Mike pits. And Chris is ahead of him.
Chris still on his mediums. And he gets really close to the McLaren or Mini. And spreads into the pits. And so is Will. They are both into the pits.
So, Will and Chronic are pitting. Chris is still staying out. Zora is still out. Connor so surprised he's having a race at 1:10.6.
So Keanu's got the undercut on Will and Fred. Zora's had a bit of an off. And it looks like it's an undercut for Mike.
I think Agnew will probably go for it on Zora here.
Into Junsao he goes. No, he doesn't send it.
Leighton and Will fight, and we know how this has ended previously, but Leighton, I think, has lagged out.
Yeah, back to what we... Oh, no. Oh, no. Not again.
Yeah, maybe it's just EA servers that aren't putting up with it today.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of protesting
like
here.
Very bad luck for the for Red Bull boys, and I think it was contact between Chris and Mike.
Yeah,
So
from what I saw, Chris went on the grass into turn 1.
Yeah, I think we all went onto it too late, but looking at minimap, I think it was contact, so it could be something from the stewards after the race, but hopefully that doesn't have to decide the championship, whichever way the penalty goes, if it gets handed out, but it will be interesting to see after the race what happens there. Chris and Gagley just out right now. Gagley on the fresh hards, I want to say.
No, he's on 70 lap
Old
old
hards.
hards.
17?
Oh my
yeah, because of
god.
the restart.
Oh my god.
What?
Just said, is there 36 races then?
36 laps, you mean?
So Chris onto the softs. Big play from Chris here.
That's a bold call. Let's see
Well,
how
the
this...
softs will be last about 15 laps here in Interlagos, depending on how he's going to use it. Is he going to go for time management at the start?
Don't think he
And
can. I
then-
think he's gonna have to press from the start because
Yeah.
unless he takes Mike, then it's not looking good. And these Mercedes boys are just DRS helping each other, just taking each other lap after lap. So,
Charity.
Did Kyan already pit?
Yeah, he did.
yeah, he put it under the VSC. He got the cut.
So, the best thing for the Mercedes is Kyan lets Mike by, and he goes after Gasly, because he needs that 5 seconds advantage on him.
Yeah, it's just Keanu
Very
giving Mike
interesting
the
race.
odds.
It's Lagos,
Yeah, I think Gasly is going to go on the softs later.
This championship fight looks extremely interesting.
Yeah.
I think the Red Bull boys are going to need a safety car here.
No, yellow flag 363, someone's retiring, so we've
Sorry,
had 3
I'm
retirements so
Yeah,
far.
someone who's out.
Race. Mike's in trouble for Will. Mike needs to get ahead of Kyan as soon as possible, and Kyan needs to go defend. So I think
Will
best
is
for
going
Kyan,
to win here, and he's not holding back by the looks of it.
because Will's all over the back of Mike, and I don't think there's been team play here at Mercedes.
It definitely has been, but I'm just not sure if they've thought it out correctly, because there goes Will, and I'm sure he will be on the back of Keanu on those mediums, who's just had a snap as well. Is Will going to go for the double? I think he is. But I
What's happening?
think Mike is being smart. He's doing what I did in season 1, is that he knows how to manage his race, and he knows all he has to do is keep Chris behind. So he's saying to Will, yeah, sure, you can have the win. I just need to make sure Chris is behind me.
Saeed, what's happened?
I think Mike's being smart here. For season 1, all I needed was P3, so I think he's doing the same. He's not worrying about the win, he's worrying about the championship, looking at the bigger picture. Chris making his way through the pack, now on 2 lap old tyres on his softs, looking for the slingshot out of the final corner again. Looks to make the move on Fred, using the ERS down the main straight.
I just still don't get why.
Keanu on the outside of turn 1. The Senna as
On Will.
Oh, well. A bit of oversteer from...
And Chris makes the
Kyan
move
is here
on
to buy.
Fred.
What is Kyan doing?
He's definitely not trying to hinder Mike's race, because I know he wouldn't do that, because he's been trying to help him all race. I think Mike's just staying out of the trouble.
But he should have let Mike buy well before Will's come into play.
I don't think Mike had the pace then. I think what they were trying to do is DRS train each other, and it hasn't quite worked, but as it stands, Mike has a moment, but as it stands, it looks like Mike will still win the championship by a fair bit. Fast forward a few laps, I don't know how that will sit, because Chris gets past him, and the next driver on track will be Mike.
So what will Mercedes do at this point?
I
think what Mercedes will do, I think what Mike and Keanu will do is, Keanu will probably swap with Mike, and Chris, sorry, I think, yeah, Mike will swap with Keanu, and Keanu will try and hold back Chris. That's what they'll probably try and do when Chris catches. But Will is being gifted the win here, I think, because everyone behind him is worrying about bigger things here. So I think Mike's mind is not on the win, but it's about the championship win. Chris and Tim swap places again.
That could.
Tim really defending Chris hard. Will Tim catch him again in sector 2 like last lap? And Logic in P11, so not in the points as of now. He will need a safety car to save him.
So Chris is now. He is back up to P5.
He has passed Tim, but Tim will probably go for it again into turn 4. Now the two Mercedes almost out of DRS range as Logic makes it up into P10. Battling with Logic is Jameer. Gets the inside of the second part of the center S's, then the outside. He will have that DRS.
Gagli still not pitted yet.
He's using that DRS. Chris with a 3-second time penalty.
Chris! That could bite him in the end.
Yeah, he's got 3 seconds, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it looks like Logic has sealed a move. Keanu is, or has swapped place with Mike. And I believe he is dropping back to hold up WOR Chris. Two Ferraris now catching up with each other. Gagli and Will. I'm assuming it will either be a very easy pass or Gagli will just let Will through. Two Astons together now on track. Tim on the mediums, Zoro on the hards. Again, I think they're not battling for track position. I'm not sure if Tim has pit in a long time. No, Tim has pit recently, so this is for position. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out with the Astons. Currently, Mercedes lose their championship, Constructors' Championship fight to Ferrari, but once Gagli pits, it could be a different story.
I mean, he has to pit, and he's got a penalty, Gagli.
Yeah, he'll have to serve that in the pit lane.
Oh!
And someone's DNF'd in the pits, Coral retired in the pits.
And Mike's now up to...
Taking Gagli. Still out of that DRS from Will Witchell. Keanu following Gagli now. Chris 1.7 behind.
Mike's trying to get past Gagli. So, oh, Gagli's had a bit of oversteer. Mike's just slipped through into the inside for P2's also got the DRS there, so he will be fine. Corral has just retired from the race, so now we have 15 drivers running in this Sao Paulo Grand Prix, as Mike is now placing after the pole sitter Will. So who would take KP's crown away?
I'm not necessarily taking KP's crown, but who's going to be the champion outside of KP in D1?
Yeah, that's mental.
I think KP would like a Red Bull to win the championship, carry on his Red Bull dominance for five straight seasons.
Yeah.
And you were in the Red Bull all those 5 seasons?
No, season 1 I was in Mercedes, and then I moved to Red Bull, and then season 4 I was in the Mercedes again. Season 4 was a pretty similar season to what Mike's having right now. Barely had any wins, but I was like getting those P2s in, had a few chances at the win, and then end of the season I came in, won a few races, and then that's how my championship came. But more importantly, this championship fight, we have Chris coming up to Keanu. Looks like he will be going for it anytime soon, as he is all over the gearbox of Chris. Sorry, of
on the
Keanu.
outside.
Tries around the outside, they'll will wheel bang. He's got rubbers on his tyres. The outside line in the next corner, Keanu will 100% send it. Bit more wheel banging. And Keanu is turned in on him.
Guys, I'll be back.
Some bumper cars battle.
Not sure how clean Keanu's playing this one, but
I mean,
won't have DRS, so Chris will probably seal it in this corner. They're both on 0 ERS, draining their ERS. And Chris stays behind Keanu.
he overtook Keanu, but he's been re-overtaken again.
And now you just have to worry about what's happening with Chris's tyres is the question. And Keanu really backs him up through the second sector. You can see the difference between now and last lap at this point in track, where... And down the inside he goes. Bit of understeer into the corner, but he does get the move.
What a
And
send
it was
from
clean.
Chris.
Great move from Chris. He'll need to try and get in the DRS of Gagley, which he, I think, will seal. So I think that should hopefully be the move done for Chris.
Gagley's
I say
got
as
5
the team
seconds.
principal. As with the 5 seconds. Yellow's in sector 2. Who's that? It looks like it's the Haas of Nicola. But it seems like he's got it under control now. Now we see Chris going for the move on Gagley. Will probably get the move on Gagley. Takes it down the inside. Gagley playing it very clean, in fairness to him. Not defending it like too stupidly, as he knows he's on those old tyres. And now Chris will be hunting down Mike. This is the championship fight now, ladies and gentlemen. Chris has got back up. And it's just a question of how are his tyres looking, how can he hold it together, and how is Mike holding it together. Mike on the 19 ERS, so by the time he gets there, can't imagine it'll be any different. Formula cringe spins.
Oh, cringe.
Still got his wing, so it won't be a safety car. Panning out to be very interesting.
Here's
And now
Keanu
Formula
Gagley.
cringe retired. Will we see a safety car?
Virtual safety
We'll see a
car.
virtual safety car.
It could be a game changer. And Gagley's in. Logic's in too. And Minnie's got to drive through. This is game 1 for the championship. Who will come out on top? This is game 1.
Chris, where you can really see he's pushing the car here. Mike 33 ERS, Chris 5 ERS, and ahead you've got Will with 43. Will actually surprisingly doing Chris a favour, which I don't think he knows, but if Mike were to go into P1, it would be a lot harder for Chris to get this championship, so I think Will surprisingly is doing Chris a favour here by keeping that lead out in the race, and Chris is now in the DRS of Mike. And I'm interested to see how it plays out off track, because I know they have had contact, so it'll be interesting of who's deemed at fault for that. Yellow's in sector 3, but it can't be a safety car. Heartbreak for Fred. Out there is a very weird DNF as well.
There's some tussling between Zoro and Keanu. They've came together in Canada and in Monza, but they're doing the best they can to avoid contact. Right. The final lap.
If they round the final corner, they will have 2.6 miles to decide who gets this championship. We're not sure if Chris's warnings can get taken away. We're not sure if Mike will get a penalty on track, or if Chris will get a penalty on track. But all we can look at is the final lap here. So here we go. Only 2.6 miles left. Into corner 1. Doesn't look like Chris is going to get it. Chris does have the ERS advantage though, so I'm assuming he'll start burning very soon. Or is he saving it? I think he's saving it for that final straight.
Are they level on points?
Right now, they are not level on points, but I know they have had contact, so there could be an off-track penalty that gets handed out. All they can do now, though, is try and finish ahead of each other, try and see what happens. Not sure if Chris can get his penalties removed, not sure who gets a penalty for the contact, if it's NFA. But in Sector 2 now, it's going to be pretty quiet here, just Chris trying to stay as close to Mike as he can. Yeah, just really trying to stay close here. And Mike will obviously be trying to just save his ERS, but Chris is right on him, and this championship, let's ignore the 3 seconds, could come down to the final corner. But as of now, as Mike comes around the final corner, if there's no penalties off track, he looks like he will win the championship. And after a few failed seasons, he had a great McLaren season. He had a bit of a bad Red Bull season, but here he is in McLaren. Not McLaren, is it?
Will wins the race.
Chris couldn't get it.
Mike is provisionally the champion.
Chris did get him, but he got him on track. His 3 seconds has held him back, and as it stands, Mike is your Season 6 champion winner. No podiums, but it just shows consistency is key. What a great season both of these drivers have had. But Mike finally gets his glory.
The first time ever we have had a champion who hasn't won a single race in Formula 1. It says Logic's won the race by 23 minutes. And Mike is champion of the world for D1. And Mike for Mercedes. As happy as Saeed is right now, he is the ultimate champion.
What a season it's been.
Who won the constructors?
Red Bull.
Red Bull. So Red Bull won the constructors, but I don't think Saeed gives a damn.
Mike came in as a rookie, took the whole grid at shock, had a great season at McLaren, moved on to Red Bull, wasn't so successful with the championship there, but now as he comes back to Merc, he gets the glory I'm sure everyone thinks he deserves. He has had a great season, it's a great driver. And it's a good season to end it off. The Season 6 championship is over, and I think the Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren battle was won by Mercedes, I think. So as it stands, your championship is Mike, then Chris, then Logic, And your constructors is Red Bull, I think Mercedes, then Ferrari. Very interesting season and a great finale.
Godding hell, 23 minutes, logic.
Should we get some interviews in there? What do you reckon, boys?
I think we should.
Let's see if they're down. Alright, so you'd ask them if they want to do interviews if you're there.
Yeah, ask them. What a race it has been.
I mean, I barely commentated this season, so... driving briefing... Come on, are they gonna join?
Yeah, 1 second.
Why is what we were down P7? Oh, he has missed loads of races. His first win this season as well.
Will?
Oh no, he has won a race this season.
He's won Mexico.
Hmm.
Oh, Chris is joining. So... just give us a second. Yeah, that's fine. You too, man. Yeah, but guys. Hang on, guys. Right, guys. Sorry for all the waiting, cause I didn't know whether Chris was joining or not, but oh yeah, he's in. Yo,
But boys, interview
Chris. Okay,
time.
let's start. Hard fought. like great job out there, but luck hasn't been on your side.
Chris, if I can ask you a question, moving forward in your DLRL career, where do you see yourself in the end of next season? Where do you see yourself at the start of next season? Which team, and who would you like to drive alongside with if you've ever thought about this?
Good question. Yeah,
Just
final
one more
question.
question on your future. Where would, in a few seasons, obviously we know you, we know that you're looking to win multiple championships. How long do you see yourself in this league, and how big can you see your legacy building in your count of championships? Because I can imagine that'll definitely be the first thing on your list to win one next year.
Um, yeah, final question for you, Chris. Um, Obviously KP has talked about you in the future, about your like, where do you see yourself in a season? But the main question is, have you begun talking to any teams about the potential seat next season? Right, thank you for your time, Chris.
Thank you very much, Chris. Well raced.
Tough luck out there, but hard fought. Like, props to you. No worries. Hope to see you in the next season. Thank you for your time. Alright, guys. Here is your word from. Here's the word from Chris. Obviously, um, he's been quite unlucky this race because of an incident he occurred with his championship rival. But we have to wait till the stewards respond about this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the final D1 race of the season. Tomorrow is going to be D2's turn to race around Interlagos. I believe D2's champion was crowned. It's Somalian who's won it. Yeah, anyways, hope you all have a good rest of your day, and this is me signing off. Goodbye.